That is 8 billion people on the planet. That is the most consistent rhythm on the planet. We are all interconnected. Some of you are feeling a little bit of fear. Some of you are feeling a little bit of exhaustion. Some of you are wearing all the hats. Some of you are just really wanting to be seen. Is this going to be the place where I'm seen? 8 billion people loving 8 billion people. No, we can do it. We can do it. I didn't stop my thing. So, here at Gwinnett Chamber, your goal is networking, right? But what we're actually doing is not just networking, we're interconnecting. We're demonstrating the power of interconnection. We are talking about the power of, because you're here, and because everybody that you know is also here, and everybody that you know needs to know these two ladies, because everybody needs to buy a home, because everybody wants to improve their finances, right? And so you're not just showing up as you. You're showing up as every single person that you know. And ultimately, we're showing up as 8 billion people loving 8 billion people. Y'all, we are in a society today that says we need to separate every single chance we can. How much melanin do you have in your skin? Which way did you vote? Which county do you live in? Which country do you live in? How many coins do you have in your bank account or not? We look for all these ways to separate. And it's all a lie. Every bit of it is a lie. Every one of you went around, and basically the way that you talked about what you do means that you are the right person for every single other person in the room. Because every single other person in the room, even though I don't have a nonprofit, I know how many nonprofits that Tanya can work with, right? Even though I haven't yet been on your business, your radio show, but hey, I want to be on your radio show, I want to be seen, but everybody wants to be seen. And everybody that we talk to wants to be seen. You go right ahead, love. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad that you're here. Yeah, all good, all good, all good. So yeah, it's that 8 billion people loving 8 billion people. It's understanding that we want to love one another. Now, for many of you, you're thinking, love, it's weak, it's emotional, it's mamby-pamby. No, we don't need any love. Love is cognitive. Love is a choice. When I'm talking about leading with love, love stands for letting others voluntarily evolve and letting ourselves voluntarily evolve. It means meeting people right where they are and say, I see you and you have dignity and you have worth. The reason that you're on this planet. And you do that with every single soul you encounter. A couple of weeks ago, I was at the Publix over on like near North Brown. And I was checking out, and there was somebody wearing a name tag who, quite honestly, was not a name I'd ever seen before. And I, quite honestly, didn't exactly know how to pronounce it. But I said, well, hey, blah, blah, how are you today? I mean, he jerked his head back at me. He said, I have been here 8 hours, and nobody has called me back. 8 hours. We want to be seen, right? We want to be seen, but the way that we get seen is by seeing other people. I have a really good friend. Y'all, I've been friends with her for like 20 years. And I recently was with her twice. And both times, we were what I thought was having a conversation. And this friend, I don't mean it, ugly to put her in quotes, but this friend was really chastising of me. And we had a conversation, and I, again, thought we were having a dialogue. She was talking, and I thought we were chatting, and her eyes came on me. And it was basically like, if you don't shut up and let me say what I'm going to say. She wants so desperately to be seen. She's not seen at her job in higher ed. She's not seen at home as a single mom. She's not seen anywhere. And what she's doing is she's choosing to be right over choosing a relationship. She so believes that in order to be seen, I have to be seen as being right. And she's completely missing that in order to be seen, it's relationship. what we do, we're right in what we do. We're all experts here. Every single one of us are experts in what we do. We're right in what we do. But it's those relationships is what keeps things moving, right? And so for her, because she's bought into it, I left that dinner thinking, she clearly doesn't want to be in a relationship with me. You know, she just wants to be right. And how separating is that? So we have a choice. Do you want to be right, or do you want to be in a relationship? Those of you that are married, how many times have y'all had to do that? You know, those of you that have children at home, how many times have you had to do that, Tanya? I mean, you know, those of you are interacting constantly. Those of you that have patients that don't do what you ask them to do, you know, I mean, we have these things, and we get to choose. Do we want to be right, or do we want to be in relationships? That's how we evolve. Because guess what, y'all? 10 years ago, is it 10 years ago? Mm-hmm. Maybe, we'll say 15 years ago. I was a white Republican evangelical living in Gwinnett County. And today, I am white still.
I love it.
I'm the only white certified trainer of nonviolence for the Martin Luther King Center.
Wow.
The power of letting ourselves voluntarily evolve. The power of unlearning and relearning. To step into that. To understand that that's where we need to be. So, okay, how are we going to do this, y'all?
I'm sitting here I want to ask you how you did it.
Okay, we're going to have Q&A, right? We're
Yes,
gonna have Q&A. So yeah, how are we going to do this? This is the what aspect? The grit blueprint.
Okay.
Some people might say grit is girls raised in the South. I use grit in all of my coaching. Grit in Love Revolution, grit stands for gratitude, responsibility, interconnection, and the power of three.
Mm-hmm.
So for those of you that got out your pen, y'all, I'm an educator at heart, and when people pull out the pens, it just makes me so happy. Okay, grit, gratitude, responsibility, interconnection, and the power of three. Gratitude is really, really simple, y'all. I get to versus I have to.
Yes.
Now, coming to something like this, I get to come hang out with Dr. Minot. Is it Minot or Minot?
Why not?
Why not?
Why not?
Why not? Why not? I get to meet amazing new people. I get to have some amazing food. Dr. Lloyd, my dad's name was Calloway. And so every time I see this water, it's like he's here. And when I walked in, I was like, oh, my dad's here. He died in 2000. You know? And so seeing this, thank you. I get to buy Callaway water from you. Thank you. I get to versus I have to. Now, some of those things, those were easy, right? I get to clean the toilet. Are you grateful for that? Because let me tell you, if you own a house
Yes.
and you're scrubbing that toilet,
It's yours.
you know, I'm kind of grateful for that, right? You know, can I change my mindset? I have to. I get to. Do you see, like, you even, like, the posture is different, right? You know, I've got to go talk about my business. I get to go talk about my business. You know, I'm delighted to go talk about Love Revolution, right? That's the power in gratitude. It's the power of gratefulness. The R is responsibility. What is mine to carry, I must carry if I'm leading with love. If it is mine to carry, I must carry it to lead with love. Now, yes, I can delegate. Delegate is important. I must never, as a leader, must never abdicate. So you've got to learn the difference. How do I delegate versus how do I abdicate? We want to abdicate. We want to delegate, right? So when you're leading with love, do you want me to talk about abdicating?
I don't know what it means.
Okay, so leading with love, when I say to you, if you and I are working together and we're part of a team, then hey, will you mind handling this for me? And then you say, yeah. But if it truly is my responsibility, I need to make sure that you actually do the thing.
Okay.
Now, I don't need to ride you about it, but I also don't need to be hands off. So abdicate is hands off, la-di-da.
Okay.
La-di-da. I have handled, is anybody a CPA in here?
Not this time around.
Not this time around. Okay, but you know, with your CPA, it's like, la la la, just do my books, I don't care. You're advocating versus delegating some of that task to that person so that you understand it.
Thank you.
Okay? And so keeping that in mind, what is and is not your responsibility. But here's the flip side, is what so oftentimes happens is we lead with love and we go, you know what, I'm going to let you carry that, but I'm going to take it back. And then I'm going to take it back. And I'm going to do it again, and I'm going to take it back. I've undermined me, and I've undermined you. Leading with love is understanding what is and is not your responsibility. Tanya and I have a good friend who says, as women entrepreneurs, we should only do the things that only we can do. Does that make sense? So some of those things, like perhaps cleaning the toilet, maybe somebody else is doing that in your home. But if you have to do it, you get to do it. Does that make sense? So thinking about your responsibility. The I is interconnection. And so that is understanding that we're all interconnected. That the myth of independence is something that we've been fed, particularly in this country, for far too long. The myth of independence. None of us is independent. None of us. Every single one of us is so reliant on so many other people. Because I have a great designer, and I love the way she designs my clothes. I didn't design this. I certainly didn't make it. I don't even know how to check the oil in my car, much less how to put a car together and get myself here. I certainly didn't pave the roads. You know, and so when we're constantly thinking, I'm independent, I don't need anybody. That's not leading with love. We're understanding the power of interconnection and understanding who made that road right there. When Junior came in here and he's handing out flyers, he and I are brother and sister. We're neighbors, right? He's got a role to play, and I have a role to play. We all have a role to play. But when we understand that we're all interconnected, and we understand the power of that. So, Dr. Love is my nickname. Thank you very much. And one of the ways that I think about love is I look for hearts. I have a place on my website, hashtag heart sighting. If you go to that, Tanya's got some pictures on there. And on my pins, I've given you my phone number to text me your heart sightings. Y'all look around, how many hearts do you see on my body and in the space?
Oh my
A lot.
God.
Because guess what? If I got up and I put on, you know, I don't know, skull and crossbones, and I'm like, you know, that's not projecting love. So for me, I want to project love. But their heart's right there. Their heart's over there in that corner. Y'all, their heart's everywhere. When you look for them, you find them. I have a really dear friend named Betsy Clark, and she talks about reticular activation system. What we look for, we find. And the more we look for it, the more we find it. I'm currently in a course through Stanford University. Y'all ever heard of Stanford? I'm proud of being in that course. And I'm in a course, it's called Love as a Force for Social Justice. And it talks about the power of love to transform our brain chemistry. The more intent we are on love, the more loving we become, the easier it is to love others. So, I was in the Atlanta airport. How many of y'all have ever been to the Atlanta airport? Oh, y'all have been there? Funny. So, as y'all can see, I'm short. So, I'm in those stanchions, and I've never lost my bag in baggage claim, but also I just don't like to do the whole baggage claim thing, so I like to do carry-on. So I've got my pack mule backpack, and I've got my suitcase, you know, and I'm going through those stanchions. Honey, there's somebody behind me, and she is like, you don't get out of my way. You better get out of my way. You better, because the space between me and the person in front of me had gotten exponentially bigger. Well, so I turn around. And so when it was like one of those curves, and so I just stepped to the side and I was like, man, just go on ahead of me. I mean, she just stood right out there. Here I am, la-di-da. And I finally like catch up to her. There was some space. So she's one person ahead of me. Okay, whatever. She turned around to me and she goes, I am so sorry. She said, my grandmother would be so disappointed in me. And I said, do you need a hug? Yeah, and I just hugged her. She just cried. That's leading with love. And y'all, let me tell you something. That's the power of leading with love. Because internally, the old Elizabeth might not have had that reaction. But when I'm constantly intent on I'm leading with love, and then I'm given an opportunity to be leading with love, then hopefully I'm leading with love. And guess what? I get it wrong every single day. Every single day. So we don't do it exactly, but I try. So here's the thing. This is the how. So the grid is the what. This is the how we're going to do it. 3 C's. We're going to commit, we're going to get curious, and then we're going to collaborate. I just realized I didn't tell y'all the T in the blueprint, did I?
I was gonna ask.
Thank you! I was just testing y'all. Thank you. The T is the power of 3.
3, yes.
The T is the power of 3. So, when you are working with your clients and you send them to Dr. Lee, that's the power of 3, your client, right?
Okay.
When you know, okay, I want a good referral, do I just go out on LinkedIn and say, hey y'all, say something nice about me? No, I go back to my former clients, right? That's the power of 3. If I served you well, then you're going to tell other people, and that's the power of 3. I have 3 metrics of success every single day. They are obedience, love, and connection. For me, was I obedient to my higher power? Did I love myself well? Did I love others well? Did I connect with others? Did I connect others to others? Those are my metrics. Everybody has their own metrics. Okay? Totally get that. So now, here's the how. Commit, curious, and collaborate. So you are going to commit to leading with love. It's a choice. Do I love you because I like that owl necklace?
Love it.
Which is beautiful.
Thanks.
But that's conditional, right?
Yes.
Do I love you because you have a spark of divinity in you? Because you're a human on this planet at this time? Because you're one of 8 billion people and we need you. We need your zone of brilliance. We need your zone of genius. And if I can say that to you, can I say it to everybody in this room?
Yes.
It's only full of love. It's so easy. But what about those people that are prickly out there?
Yeah.
Can we say it to them? Yes. Yes, we can. Those prickly people, they just want to be seen.
Mm-hmm.
They're still stuck in being right. They just want to be seen. So commit to it. Commit to it. And then you get curious.
Bless you.
Bless you. So, if I've got a plate of water and I drop a drop of water and I've got a plate. Excuse me. I got a plate. I drop a drop of water and I drop a drop of honey. And I tilt the plate. What's going to happen to that water? It's going to run off, right? Is water, I'll ask you because you're the doctor in this. Is water or honey sweeter?
Honey,
Honey is sweeter.
yes.
And that honey is just going to drip on down, right?
No. Water would go first.
Water would go first, right? And then the honey.
Because it's how you know if it's real honey or not.
Exactly. So when we get curious, we respond at the speed of honey.
Mm-hmm.
We are so taught we're going to respond at the speed of water. Da, 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 da. I can't even let you finish before I go on. No, we're going to respond at the speed of honey. We get curious. Tell me what you mean by that. Well, you all blah, 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 blah. Help me understand where you're coming from instead of meeting that. Because when we meet angry and aggressive people with anger and aggression, what are we going to get?
Anger and aggression.
Yes.
You know what? When you meet with anger and
And then we
aggression.
want to collaborate. And that's the whole point why we're here. Not just networking, we're interconnected. We want to collaborate. How are we going to work together?
Right.
How are you, Tanya, going to work with Dr. Crystal Chanel on Elijah's PAC, which I would assume is some sort of nonprofit, to keep it going now that he's 18, right? How are we going to collaborate? Because guess what? When Tanya wins and when Dr. Crystal Chanel wins, I win. And if y'all aren't winning, then I'm not winning, right? So if you want to learn more about me, if you want a free session with me, go to drroz.love/leading with love. My website is on the back of my card, and it's just /leading with love. Now I want to ask each one of you, are you committed to doing an act of radical love every single day?
Yes.
Anybody not committed? Not that I'm trying to put pressure. But seriously, if it's hard, be honest. Okay. All right, I've got a mantra. Y'all ready?
Yes.
I am one of 8 billion. and I choose to vibrate at the frequency of love. We'll say this all together.
I am one of 8 billion, and I choose to vibrate at the frequency of love.
I am one of 8 billion,
and I choose to vibrate at the frequency of love.
I am one of 8 billion, and I choose to vibrate at the frequency of love.
Love is